Ugh. Did you know your boiler water should never look like this? Yeah, not even if it's in steel pipe, whether it's threaded, grooved, welded. It should actually be nice and clear, looking more like this. Look at this. You can see this water in here. You can see a piece of copper pipe, some steel nails. Those same things are actually in here. Because when your boiler water starts looking like this, your air vents are going to start dripping, plugging up. Your air separator is not going to be working very good. It's going to be attacking your pump. You're going to get some service calls. And most importantly, that heat exchanger. When you don't have treated boiler water, it starts caking up in the exchanger where the highest temperature is. And it takes more and more heat to heat that water, and eventually the heat exchangers crack. And did you know? Over in Europe, they had a lot of the big major boiler manufacturers get together for a round table, and they all determined together, they put their differences aside, and deemed that 87% of all their boiler failures were from water quality. I know, crazy. Now I know what you're thinking, Tyler, now how do I get my boiler water from looking like this to looking like this? Well, I'll tell you exactly how. You can do that by adding Fernox F1 Inhibitor into your system. And just so you guys know at home, these jars were actually filled in the same day. So on September 25th, 2023, we took some city water, added some little bit of copper and some nails, put them in the jars. But this jar had some F1 added into it, and you can look at this. This is gonna look like this forever. The F1 inhibitor does not break down. The only way it could lose its characteristics if it's diluted from a leak in the system. So anyway, guys, Fernox F1, what does that look like? Well, here's the original way it came, was in the F1 pints. So the way you do these, so it's good for up to 34 gallons of a system, and you'd actually add it into a chemical pod feed, maybe the initial fill, transfer pump, maybe a glycol feeder. So that's one way of doing it. We also have the express cans. So the nice thing with these cans here is you can take the nozzle off, connect it to the top, and what you do is you find any boiler drain, as long as it's below 25 PSI, you hook it up to the boiler drain, pull the trigger, and just in your system in about 5 seconds. And then we also have bigger commercial size. So we have 2.6 gallon jugs that are stocked at Equipco in Alberta here. And they're good for up to 528 gallons of a system. I know, that's incredible. Easy to get, and you know you want it, and you know you need it. So I know what you're thinking, Tyler. Yes, I know it says on the bottle it's good for up to 34 gallons of a system, but how do I know I have enough in there? Do we just guess? Well, I got some good news for you. So F1, you actually can't overdo it. It's not gonna harm the system. So if you accidentally double the amount you actually needed, it's good for us because we're selling more, and it's actually gonna have no harm to your system. What a lot of people don't know as well is we actually have the test strips for our F1 inhibitor. So you no longer have to guess. So what you do is you just go to any boiler drain your system, you take out a test strip, you dunk it in there, and then you can see on the back with the color coded. So as long as you're in the top 2 colors, your system's good. And just for the in-house maintenance guys can actually do this as well. If it's below the top 2 colors, call your maintenance provider and they'll come fix you up beautifully. And I got one last thing to share with you. Okay guys, we already know that your boiler water should never look like this, but just so you guys know, just a reminder that if you do have smart pumps in your system, smart pumps are amazing, but they also do have a permanent magnet in there. So what's gonna happen is if your water looks like this, there's most likely ferrous materials in there, and it could come from pump flanges, expansion tanks. It does not take much, even if you have a copper system or all plastic system. Now these ferrous materials, they're gonna stick to that magnet in that smart pump. So whether you like it or not, you have a magnetic separator. But with Fernox, we also have our own magnetic separators. So right here, if your boiler water looks like this, if you have a magnetic separator upstream of something expensive like a boiler or a smart pump, put that in the system, and then look at this. It's gonna collect all those ferrous materials. Isn't that incredible? Beautiful. And they're really easy to service. So how you service these is after the magnet collects all those ferrous materials, turn the pumps off, stop the flow. There's always a drain there. So you just pull the magnet out of the well, everything loosens up, you crack the drain, until the boiler water comes out clear. So everybody, I hope we learned something today about Fernox. Hope you guys keep it classy out there. Maybe I'll see you again.